Hey, how's it going? I wanted to go ahead and show you guys my Dragon Ruler deck list. I thought it was a really fun deck list that I wanted to go ahead and show you. I really just want to go ahead and get into it. This deck I have won a bunch of locals with. I have not had any chance to go to any of the regionals or anything. I've done a couple of case tournaments. I've kind of tanked out of those. But honestly, I've had a lot of fun with this deck, and I wanted to show it off so that other people could have a lot of fun. With the new time rules, this deck could be a very interesting thing, but the problem is a lot of my cards people have to read, and it's very complicated, so I can go into time a lot. But let me show off what I've got, and I'll go from there. So obviously, what I'm going to start off with is the boring stuff. So 3 Ash, 3 Fua, 3 Droll, 3 Nip. You really don't care. These are just the staple 4 of hand traps. You can run more, but I really don't care. I really prefer running Engine in this deck because it is just about going and going and going. And if you don't go and go and go with this deck, you're not doing this deck as well. I understand the 40 card list is about building up a bunch of interaction, but this one is about forcing your way through hand traps, building a board, and then if your opponent goes first, pushing through all of the interruption and then Tenpai OTKing them. I know it's not the best thing to say, but it's exactly what the deck wants to do. So let's start off with 2 Reactant, 2 Stream, 2 Burner, 2 Lightning, 3 Redox, 3 Tidal, 3 Blaster, 3 Tempest. This is 60 cards, so you want to see as many rulers as possible. I know running one of each ruler or baby ruler is looked towards, but I want to see as many babies as possible in my opening hand. So this is the number that I saw as to be the most acceptable without getting hindered. Then I have 3 Spectral, 1 Nebulous. Spectral is free advantage if you have any light, which, I mean, I guess the only thing that it actually can use is the Nib, or any dragon, which is like 90% of the monsters in this deck. Any dragon searches for any 2 rulers, which is crazy. Nebulous summons back 2 different attribute rulers from Banished specifically. But most of the combos, you search out a engine piece to continue. You put search for the baby that doesn't have the 4th ruler name or the 3rd ruler name if you were unlucky. And then you Nebulous back to set up for either Hieratic Seals or Eclipse or something like that. And then, yeah, it's okay. I don't run it all the time. I do run the 1 Pydro, 1 Fadro, 1 Chandro, 1 Genroku, and 1 Dora. Most people run 2 Genroku, 2 Pydra instead of the Dora. I found the Dora was a lot more useful in some situations because you can just search Burner. And sometimes you just need access to a big blaster. Or a 7, and Burner is that. You only need the 1 Genroku. Even if you draw it, you can cycle it back to hand by like recycling it from graveyard to hand, or you can just normal summon it, because most of the time you really don't care if it's normal summon. Then we have level 3, level 5, level 7, and then I have a spicy tech in here in Arm Knight Dragon, the Arm Knight Dragon. So 3, 5, and 7. This is normal for the Arm Dragon lists to run multiples of these, but I found that if you just run one of each, they all functionally do itself. So the combo is you make Chasma. Chasma adds Spectral, and then you banish the Tempest, search for 5, use Spectral, discard 5, search for 2 names, including a Nebulous and most likely just a baby, right? And then 5 searches 7, discard, and then you can search this, or you can search this if you really don't need the extra discard. And then all of the Armed Dragon Thunders are Atlanteans. When they're sent to the graveyard to activate dragon monster effects, they do an effect. They also have the Armed Dragon thing where they discard a card and then scale up, but you really don't care about that effect. I've only done it once, and that was just because I needed a 7 on the field to continue playing. But 7 search for any armed dragon card, 5 searches for a level 5 or higher wind dragon, and then 3 draws a card. And then the creme de la creme, the greatest card in the deck, I wouldn't say that, but it's still really good. Night Elm Dragon, the Armed Knight Dragon. When a level 5 or higher dragon is special summon this. And when it is special summoned, target a banished dragon monster. It becomes that attribute and level. And then when it is sent to the graveyard, target 1 dragon on the field. It gains, or that you control, it gains 1,000 attack, and then neither player can respond to it. So there have been multiple times where and then this is a little spoiler, but I do have Disaster in here. If you make Disaster with a Chasma and this is attached, you can Disaster Chainlink 1 because this was detached because Disaster doesn't take the materials with it. Chainlink 2, use this effect, target Disaster. It will gain effect, neither player can respond to it, so gain 1,000, and then this will equip 4 and gain 46. And even though it is unaffected by my card effects, functionally, because it is unaffected by other card effects, the 1,000 still stays because it was applied before the unaffected happens. Or at least that's how it was ruled for me. And then Quackimero, 1916 Floodgate. It's the only Floodgate in the deck, other than I guess like the Tenpai monster defense effects. Magnemite. Magnemite's really good. You pull it off very rarely. And then my personal tech in regards to this is one of each of the Rose Dragon cards. 1 Red Rose, 1 Rox Rose. You don't need more than 1 because Red Rose summons Rox Rose from the deck. Rox Rose searches Red Rose from the deck. I'll point it out later, but functionally, if you have Rox Rose, you can synchro with it into Dissipator. Banish this for a ruler, and then Dissipator summon the Red Rose back. So you will always have access to both your Rose Dragon monsters without getting hindered at all. Cross out, talents called by. I mean, this is the Heavenly Trio now. Song and Summoning, Song and Kaimen, Tenpai, obviously. I need to upgrade this. I have a really fancy one. Here There Be Dragons. I wish this had the rarity upgrade that OCG has, but Here There Be Dragons. It is a searchable spell in this deck. I will show the card that searches it, but this special summons a ruler monster from my graveyard or banished. And then immediately after it resolves, you can Xyz summon into a Dragon Ruler Xyz monsters using only Dragon Ruler monsters you control. I know that's really weird to say, but this is functionally just the quick play spell that lets you summon Disaster during your opponent's turn. It also banishes itself from the graveyard. Target up to, I guess it's 6, because it's Dragon Ruler monsters with different attributes, and then throw them back into the graveyard. You can only use one of the effects per turn, but the Reborn Xyz is a really good follow-up. Dragon Ravine. Quackimero restricts you out of lights and darks. Disaster is a dark. Chasma is a light. Eclipse is a dark. And then all of your payoff monsters are lights and darks except for the Tenpais. So this functionally lets you turn your Quackimero into an extended piece. Grass looks greener, and because it's a 60 card list, and then my spell searcher, I do run Thrust in the side. I'm not going to show my side today because I just need to rebuild it. But grass and left arm are the things. It's weird to say that left arm is back at least 4 Dragon Rulers, or at least for me, because left arm is really, really good in this list as you functionally have 12 targets out of your main deck that you can turn into a new name. This can also search for grass. It can search for, functionally everything, every spell in this deck. So if you're in a situation where you're like, oh, I just need to, I don't know, tactics, take their monster and swing for game, you force them into doing something, you left arm tactics, take their monster, swing for game. There's even a time where you just need to search Here There Be Dragons because you have Chasma and Eclipse on the field. but you just have 2 dead cards in hand. You search Here There Be Dragons, swing, Here There Be Dragons into Disaster, make him a 46, and then just kill him there. So it's just really powerful. Obviously my Disaster in here. I'll throw him back in here so you can go with the other ruler stuff, but Disaster is in the extra deck. The other extra deck pertains to 1 Dissipator, 1 Arms Gen X. This is your Rose Dragon payoff. Arms Gen X is functionally negate for every single attribute, and by the time that you're done with your combo, if you have this on the field, you have all 6 attributes in the graveyard. Dissipator is a monster destruction or a monster negation. It isn't as powerful unless you're playing against Malice, but if you play against Malice, Dissipator is amazing. 2 Bidents, 1 Transcendent, 1 Trident. You're playing Tenpai, 1 Bident is Engine, 1 Bident is combo, or is OTK piece. Striker, Hieratic Seals, Romulus. This is the payoff to deal with Quackimero, because Hieratic Seals will summon the Quackimero from the deck. And then it lets you go ahead and get somewhat free advantage out of it. One thing that I have noticed is with Contact C, I need to run another card that lets me get around that. The card that I'm currently thinking about is either Phoenix or Haggard Lizardos, because Phoenix lets me deal with Tikaboo without having to commit a lot of engine to deal with it. And Haggard Lizardos lets me go ahead and commit engine without having to commit the effects of the engine, and still get combo out of it. So I don't know which one I'm going to go to. It's the only way to go ahead and combat Contact C because it's just so relevant. But that, I think, is the only card that's relevant against this deck, other than like Lancia Droll. I guess Nib. But Nib is a lot less strong when you have these 2 on the field. Then we have 2 Chasma, 1 Eclipse. Power cards, I know. But Chasma functionally lets you go ahead and copy any ruler discard effect out of your deck. So Tempest is really powerful, and then Eclipse summons the names back and is a spell negate, spell trap negate. Disaster is the guy that I've been hyping up this whole time. Why is he so amazing? On summon, he targets up to 4 of the level 7 rulers, attaches them to him, and then banishes monsters from your opponent's field and graveyard equal to the attribute. Non-targeting, non-destruction, banishment. That's it. And then if he has every attribute other than Divine attached, light, water, dark, fire, wind, he becomes 46/46 and unaffected by all other card effects. And then finally Blaze, the pseudo-ruler of the format. This is technically a ruler. It's a supreme ruler, not a dragon ruler. But it is a ruler. It is detach 1, destroy 1 in your hand or field, destroy 1 your opponent controls. And then while it's in the graveyard, you can banish 2 dragons, summon it, and then when it's when it would leave the field, it goes back to the extra deck instead. So it's just an infinitely recurring 2800 dickhead, basically. That also pops cards. And then finally a Zeus, because Zeus is insane. But yeah, that's pretty much it. What I am going to do is I'm going to go ahead and show you a couple of combo videos that I have seen. I'm going to show a Spectral and a Dragon combo video, and then I'm going to go ahead and show a realistic combo video by just drawing hands. Or they're all going to be in one. But otherwise, that's the list. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. This is really, really one of my favorite decks, not only for this format, but in general. It has done a lot for me. As you can see, I still have my classic 2018 playmat. And I want to thank you guys so much for watching this. Hopefully you guys will see me again in the future. Bye.